Welcome to This Week, This Morning, the weekly video that gets you up to speed on the week's most important developments for your business and your taxes. This week, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell stated that a second stimulus check is likely to be a part of the next coronavirus relief bill, but that it would likely only apply to those making less than $40,000 a year. It's widely believed that this $40,000 wasn't pulled out of thin air in a way we might expect of President Trump, but rather it's based on data from the Fed that shows that 40% of Americans earning less than $40K lost their jobs in March. Also, from a strategic standpoint, reducing the number of eligible taxpayers by lowering the income limits will help the GOP keep spending below their stated cap of $1 trillion on this next stimulus bill. So if we extrapolate what $40,000 means in terms of what Mr. McConnell said, we can reasonably presume this refers to adjusted gross income, or AGI, and that it refers to $40,000 per person, since the data he referenced points to wages per worker. Assuming that to be true, then it's likely we'll be looking at full stimulus checks going out to single taxpayers with AGI of $40K or less, and married taxpayers with AGI of $80K or less. For the first stimulus check back in May, those dollar figures were $75K for singles and $150K for marrieds. And you may recall that there were partial checks for singles who made between $75 and $100K, and marrieds who made between $150 and $200K. So if the same logic were to hold true for the second round of stimulus checks, then we would probably be looking at something along the lines of partial checks for singles who made between $40 to $55K and marrieds who made between $80 to $110K. So what should you do with this information? Well, if you're currently on the sidelines in terms of filing your federal tax return, you should continue to wait, because what this latest development shows is that there is large support for a second stimulus check. We just don't yet have the specifics on income limitations. We should, however, have a much better idea of what this looks like by the second half of July. And if, however, your income fell drastically in 2019, putting you below the 40 or 80K threshold, then you should get yourself filed right away. That's all for now. Stay classy, and we'll see you here next week.